Over a decade ago, a young Trayvon burst on the scene in true record-breaking fashion. The 18-year-old became the first under-20 athlete to break the 10-second barrier with a 9.97 clocking. That version of Trayvon was a dangerous prospect who went on to win world indoor gold a year later, not to mention standing beside some of the greatest sprinters in history at the 2015 World Championships in Beijing. However, what started as a fairy tale pro career swiftly came crashing down as injury hit in 2016. In that time, other young prospects would go on to make a name for themselves, the likes of Andre DeGrasse, Anonso Jobudwana, Warren Weir, among others. While for Bromell, he was becoming a forgotten entity in the world of elite sprinting. It was not until the build-up to the 2021 Olympic Games that we saw a full return of the former world junior record holder. He returned to dominate what was a stacked USA trials, defeating the likes of Fred Kerley, Noah Lyles, and Kenny Bednarek, the three men who since this new decade has been the best American sprinters. Despite that success at the trials, the world would remember the ultimate shock of the entire Olympic Games, where Trayvon, the man picked to win the gold medal, did not proceed past the second round. A year later, he would bounce back from that disappointment to finish third at the World Championships behind the man he had defeated at the Olympic trials a year prior. His bronze medal, even up to today, remains his best individual prize. But now, it seems everything might change. On May 24th, Trayvon lined up for his first 100-meter race in almost a year, returning to Claremont. In what was just a preliminary run, he dropped 9.91 seconds, a time that became the second fastest time in the world in that moment. This was crazy, given it was his season opener, as well as the fact that he had not gone under 10 seconds since 2022. That's a whole 3 years. So, to pull of a time that fast in his season opener was clearly a warning to everyone. If the message wasn't sent properly in his season opener, how about his second race of the season? The American traveled to Rome where he faced off against Fred Kerley and Omanyala, two old rivals. Crazy enough, he made it look way too easy, leading from start to finish, even easing through the line and still dropping 9.84 seconds, the fastest time in the world so far. This is not the first time we've seen Trayvon run fast. He is a 9.7 sprinter at his best after all, but there is something different mentally, which is the key factor, as well as the fact that in just 2 races, he's produced better times than an in-form and unbeaten Kenny Bednarek, who has had much stronger fields, better than Simbine, and better than Kishane, the 3 men who, based on the 2025 performances, are really the men to beat. So looking at it, he does have his work cut out, and yes, the failure of the past does linger, but this is obviously not the same version of Trayvon we saw in 2015, in 2021, nor 2022. This is arguably the rise of one of the most dangerous versions of the American we have ever seen.